Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Insanity Challenge, where we're continuing where we left off on Wednesday. We're continuing here in, what is it, Field 3? The Harvest. I will do a second contract later on this episode, I promise. And I think I like what I did with with the last episode. I know that Honey Badger thinks that I need to find a better balance. I think I maybe need to find a better balance between talking and not. Because I did cut quite a lot out of the last episode. But I'm working on finding a balance, I promise. Now I did mention that the transport company is quite difficult to get to, and it's a train-only sell point. There is a road that heads up there, but you have to go off-road to get there. So I will, kind of by necessity, need to just go up the train tracks when we're emptying the combine out. There's no rule against it, I guess. I didn't think it would ever need to be a thing. The intention was that I'd stay on the road, but there's no road going up there that is reliable. The train tracks are a bit more reliable. Not much, but a bit more. Also, I didn't beg you guys for money last episode. I am gonna stop doing that. I know Honey Badger left a very kind of long comment saying I needed to plan this out more. That's not who I am, Honey Badger. I don't plan things ever. I just kind of... Sometimes I'll plan something and it'll go horribly wrong. If something goes horribly wrong, it means I've planned it. But if I'm just kind of doing a series, I usually just hop in and start recording straight away. I don't have a set plan for an episode. And sometimes, like, I'll hop in, see what needs to happen, and kind of have a plan for that one episode, and then kind of midway through I'll decide, I'm bored, I'll do something else. So this is kind of the way that I'm doing it now. I think is the best balance between me sitting here talking to you guys and actually getting stuff done, which is just kind of jump cutting straight through some of the more boring bits of the episode where, you know, I am going to be harvesting for a while still, and it's better that I just jump straight through it and kind of come back in dribs and drabs than to I guess expect you guys to sit through all of it. Because even I don't even expect myself to sit through all of it. I put on a podcast. And it allows the videos to kind of move on a bit more quickly if I jump cut or time lapse or something like that. So it's kind of a bit of a... It's a compromise, but a compromise I'm willing to make. Even if it does mean that I, you know, throw away a lot of what I record. I don't mind doing that if it means the videos are a bit more cohesive. Also, there's more than a few people saying now to me privately that I should maybe retire this series and kind of put it on a shelf for the time being, come back when there's mod maps out, because I have noticed, and everybody's noticed, that and it's not just me, everybody who does farm sim videos has noticed this. You guys don't, well, you guys do, but the people who aren't watching seem to not want to look at the default maps. And there's a few reasons we think that could be the case. Saturation, everybody's on them because everybody has to be on them. Including, like, the super big YouTubers who play farm sim for like 3 weeks and then run away and never touch it again. You know, they're even on the default maps, so that kind of is a thing. These are the kind of conversations that I rarely talk about that happen in TeamSpeak and in kind of in private, is like the conversations of, oh, my videos aren't doing well. Why aren't my videos doing well? Am I doing something wrong? How are your videos doing? They're also doing badly. Okay. Are we both doing something wrong? You know, that's the stuff you never hear about in TeamSpeak. You hear about the funny stuff. You never hear about the times where me and the guys can spend up to, you know, a few hours saying, was this what's happening? Or is it something else? Is it like because of this thing over here that these three things over here aren't working the way that we'd like them? Or why are our views so low? How can we get better? And we've kind of come to the conclusion that farm sim video content at the moment, people want to see tutorials and stuff. Which I might do some tutorials and see how they do. Because there are a few things that, like, strike me as super easy, but I've noticed that people struggle. Like, I've been asked some questions and I'm like, do you seriously not know this? I've seen questions asked on Discord, and even in not necessarily my streams, but in other people's streams, like, how do you do this thing over here? Like, are you serious? That's the easiest thing in the world. How do you not know? Oh, you're new. Okay. So I might make some... I know this is stealing from an idea that was raised in one of Dagger1's streams. By the way, I am completely 100% aware of this, so you guys don't need to shout at me. But I might do some, like, farm sim for beginners. Tutorials. And I might go into kind of... I might try and make a thing of it like farm sim for beginners, farm sim for intermediate players, farm sim for idiots like me. But I might do something like that. Let me know if you'd be interested in maybe not watching, but me doing content like that, where I try and tutorialize the game and stuff, and actually potentially even have a script, which makes me uncomfortable, but I'd be willing to do it for tutorializing content. That's it. I'm planning on doing more scripted videos, not necessarily on this channel. I'm planning on setting up a second channel, which I'm gonna keep separate from this one. And I'm not going to advertise it here, but I'm just kind of saying this as a thing that I am going to be planning on doing, is setting up a second channel, doing something completely outside my comfort zone with very scripted videos. Why did that happen? Very scripted videos and stuff. So yeah, we'll fill the Fiat here, and that'll be enough to warrant going up to the, what's it called? The transport company. And I'm gonna do it with you guys here, just so you can see what on earth happens here. Unless I can use the... Can I use the railroad silos? Ooh, that'd be fun. Can I steal the train? I feel like I can tab to the train, because I don't know where the... Like, I know where the tractors are. The train is constantly going on a random loop around the map. I feel like it's okay for me to tab to the train. Also, the train is significantly faster than this, and I can store the crop at the railroad silos. Oh, hello, Dave, you absolute genius. Assuming they work the same way they did in 15, or 17 even. Can you sell at the railroad silos? You cannot. Meaning that they are indicated just as drop-off points. Oh, we're doing this. If I need to use the train for the sell point, then I'm definitely using the railroad silos. Why didn't I think of this last time? Because it's a much shorter drive and I get to play with the train. So there's the silo over there. The reason I'm using this one is because it's slightly closer than the railroad silo west. This didn't even occur to me that this was a thing I could do. I am a genius. I don't think there's a bonus for selling from the train. I wouldn't see any reason for Giants to make their bonus for selling from the train when you can literally drive a trailer over the sell point and do the same thing. but there might be a bonus for selling from the... Is there a contract for Field 29? No, it doesn't seem like it. Who? What kind of sadistic weirdo decides that Field 29, the biggest field on the map, is a good field for potatoes? What kind of absolute lunatic does that? Why would you do that? That's just asking for a 17-hour... Why? Why would you do this, AI? Oh, there's no level crossing here. Let's just go with the unlevel crossing. Do 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 do. Okay, that's not actually selling the oats. I was slightly concerned. So there's the train. I'm gonna... Come here. I need to grab the train. Yes, I'm running at like 50 miles an hour. Deal with it. Train, come here. Nyeh, no. Nyeh, no. Yes. Okay, stop. Stop. Please stop. Please, please, please. Okay, back we go. Question. This train is in South America, yes? If so, why are the instructions in German? I just need to figure out how the train works again, by the way. That's why I'm just stopped with the... I know I'm in third person as well, and I shouldn't be, but... I need to figure out how the train works. Can this take... Okay, these two can take grain. I don't know what the one on the back is for, then. So just pull the train up there, turn it off, and it shouldn't go around the map, question mark? I hope. If it starts running off on me, I will just tab to the train at some point. Because I need the train to be there, because that's going to be the coolest way I can possibly sell off the oats at the end of this mission. Contract thing. Also, it guarantees that I won't get wiped out by the train while going across the tracks there. That is an added bonus. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just jump cut to something or other. I don't know what yet. I'm going to jump cut though. Did I remember to... That would explain why my room is so cold. I've been sat here for the last 20 minutes, half hour with no heating on. I'm going to jump cut ahead and I will catch you guys then. Alright, that's the harvesting done. And that's the harvester empty as well. Good. I'm just going to leave it on the side of the field here. Grab the feed, we'll bring it back over to the railroad side. I'm not going to bring the train the whole way around the track. I'm going to reverse it up to the transport company, which is going to require me to go outside a cab so that I can see what the hell I'm doing. And then we'll go get another contract. Because I need to finish this one before I can start the next one. And I'm going to, immediately after finishing this contract, make one change to the settings, which I don't think you guys will mind too much. It is aimed at kind of getting this series sped up a bit and getting it to move a bit faster and a bit more smoothly. And that is that I'm going to turn the economic difficulty down to easy for a little while and see how we do with that. Because I think the economic difficulty set to hard kind of compounds the problems. I think it's set to hard at least. What is it set to currently? It's set to normal. Yeah, if I turn it down to easy, it should speed things up a small bit. Not much, but a small bit. And the train is still there! Good. That would have been very annoying if the train had decided to run off. Good, so turning off the engine of the train does actually hold it in position. That's good to know. Or maybe it's because I positioned it under the pipe. Nah, it's because I turned the engine off. I've heard, there's been plenty of people saying, hey, if you turn the engine on the train off, it doesn't decide to rocket off in random directions. Yes, it doesn't. It just stays where you leave it. That's amazing. It might even work. I think it works in multiplayer too if you want to troll people and leave the train the other side of the map from where it's useful. Also, if and when I do decide to own a field, even if it's one that I've just created with a plow, I could get very cheeky and use this as a storage silo. But for now, we need to hop into the train, get it switched on, and fill it up. Ah, it opens. We've got 16,000 liters of oats to put in, which is gonna be nowhere near full for this this carriage. And away. You can't set cruise control in reverse apparently. Away we go. Backwards down the tracks at speed. So the only reason that I'm doing it like this is because if I didn't, I wouldn't know where the hell I'm going. It's the only reason I'm using the out-of-cab view. So it's going to be just up the top of this hill, so I'm going to lay off the accelerator. Let's get around the next corner and then lay off the throttle, or in this case the brake. It should start slowing naturally as we go up the slope here. Let's get it down to about 30 kilometers an hour or so. I should be able to stop it fairly easy from there. Keep it slowing down nice and gradually like this. And it's slowing down a bit too quickly now, so I need to actually just bump the speed up a small bit. And we should be good. Off by one carriage. Or wagon. Here we go. We should get 100% completion there. €1,500 to boot. Collect that and change the economic difficulty to easy. And just to be interesting and different, let's field 21. What one's field 20? No. Just no. Let's take, I guess, a fertilizing mission. Let's take the one for 3,000, I guess. That's what, field 16, which is... Where is field 16? Oh, it's down by the sugar mill. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump cut until I'm over there, and I'll catch you guys then. Field 16 has been reached, and it's time to do some fertilizing. I don't have access to this land. I think you'll find I do, game. There you go. So I think I think I unintentionally, even with normal economic difficulty, I think I accidentally set this up to be as hard as possible. I know that with the economic difficulty turned down, it makes the challenge a little less insane. But when you think about the idea that I'm going with here, that I still have the better part of $500,000 or €500,000 of a loan, and I'm only making 2,000 or 3,000 euros at a time. You know, I'm making really 3,000-4,000 euros per episode here in game. I wish I was making that much in real life. You know, it kind of I guess balances out in a way. Even if I make a bit more per episode, it still ends up with me being massively in debt for a while. We're down to 480,000 euros in debt. So we're only about 700,000 away from owning some land, I think. Let's see what the cheapest bit of ownable land is. Ideally, like Field 3 is 218, 216, 5, ooh, 500,000. Field 5 at 126,000 is probably going to be our best bet after we, yeah, pay off the loan. Although the prospect has been raised that I could, in theory, use the terraforming tool on the land that I own. This is something that was not possible until patch 1.2. Now, the theory that people have brought up to me is I can use the terraforming tool on the land that I own. I need to double check where I'm going here. How am I doing for fertilizing down on field 16? I need to get rid of the needs lime thing. Badly. Good. If I were to flatten down a bit and plow up some of the land, I would need to get rid of some trees, and that would be nice money. Not much, but it'd be money. I could work the land that I own already. Now that's not technically against the rules of the challenge. The rules are that I can't buy arable land and buy workable land. I could make workable land by plowing up some of the land that I already own. That wouldn't be the worst idea. The problem is it would take a while to get the trees out of there. So I think what I'm going to do is not convert this trailer back, or not this trailer, but the grain trailer. I'm not going to convert it back to being specifically for logging, but I'm going to use it for logging, which isn't ideal, but it'll work. So, by using it for logging, I just basically chop the logs up small enough that I can grab them, and just throw them in the back, drive over to the sawmill, and sell them off. Now, second problem there is, I would need to get, if I look into forestry, come into here, which is where here, I would need to get the stump grinder, which is, that's $5,000. I think that's a doable thing. I think that's a workable idea. The other big problem obviously being with that plan, and I am kind of theory crafting it in my head as we go. Contract in Field 16 finished. Already? Wow. The other big problem with that idea is the amount of time it'd take. Let's pay off another 5,000. We're down to 475,000 owed. So the problem, three problems, I've just realized, with the just make your own workable land idea. Numero firsto is the fact that it would take a while. Numero secondo, I'd need to get the stump grinder. Numero thirdo, and potentially most importanto, terraforming's not cheap. It would allow for steady income through crops and me to do things other than harvest and fertilize. So I think what I'll do is I'll start on that project right about now, actually. So I'm going to jump cut back to the yard and grab the old chainsaw and get working on the forestry area. I'm going to do a bit every couple of days. I say forestry area. On the trees, what happened to be in my yard. Or in my owned land, which is, it's quite large. It's probably going to end up being as large, if not a bit larger than Field 5 if I do it correctly. So it's not going to be the smallest thing in the world. It's, you know, it's going to be a decent size. So doing it right and seeding it with something like canola or soybeans, that could work. But I'll jump cut to the yard, and actually to being near a tree with the chainsaw. So I'll catch you guys then-zo. Oh yes, Dave with a chainsaw. We're gonna cut down, let's say 3 trees. I'm gonna just kind of speed through this. An idea in my head on how I want this to come together in the video for you guys, and I want to see how close I can get to it. That's tree number 1. That's tree number 2. And tree number 3 is shortstop over here. Which I know is cheating, it's not a fully grown tree, but it'll work. So, here's the plan. I'm gonna chop this up so that I can lift it. So if I say, like that, it will say here and here. That should be short enough that I can lift it up and not do that because it would result in it flying away, and just kind of fling it into the trailer is the plan. What's the button to throw? It's that one. Did I just throw that clean over the trailer? Oh, did I get it into the... Dave is good. So I'm gonna just do a quick time lapse to end off the episode. If you don't want to watch some forestry, you don't have to. I'll end the episode here for those of you who are not interested in forestry. For those of you who are, enjoy a quick bit of music and me throwing things at or into a trailer or over it. I'll leave you by saying, if you are not interested in forestry, I'll leave you, I guess, by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching the Insanity Challenge on Estancia Lapacho in Farming Simulator 19. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.